Hello, everybody. Sweet Tea Killer here. I want to take some time today to take you guys for a tour around my streaming room. Now, I say around my streaming room very loosely because it's pretty much just a small bedroom. But I figured I'd show you some of the specific things that I have in here that make my stream and make it enjoyable for me to keep doing it week after week, and some of my plans for the future. So we'll start here. This is my computer setup, and obviously my two monitors. There's my Stream Deck, keyboard, and all that kind of good stuff. Now, whenever I play my retro games, all of my consoles sit here. Right now, my Xbox One is here because last Friday was Fight Night Friday, and we were playing some Street Fighter and Soul Calibur, and I haven't moved it since then because I haven't been doing a whole lot of gaming since. But here is obviously my PC, and all of the unicorn vomit goes away whenever it boots up because I don't like it, and it's blue and yellow while I'm gaming and stuff because those are my two favorite colors. Speaking of my favorite things, these are some little action figures, most of which my wife got me. If you guys know about me, Super Mario Brothers 3, in my opinion, is the greatest game ever made. But there's my favorite comic book character, and my daughter, from the time that I knew she was going to be a girl, I called her Batgirl. And if you're wondering about the girl in the wheelchair, my daughter is actually in a wheelchair, much like Batgirl wound up. Make of that what you will. So there's my desktop, everything booted up. I do have two screens, and there's my camera. I don't use the light on that camera because I have that one. Moving on around, here's my small, very fledgling G Fuel collection. And I built this very small, basic Lego set on stream the other night. By the way, the link for my stream is in the description below. Throw me a follow there, I'd appreciate it. And this is a NES game that doesn't work right now, and I have it sitting here because it's my plan in the near future to try and find parts for it and repair it. And here's my fridge. I use the fridge obviously to keep things cool, but there's snacks and stuff like that. So while I'm streaming, if I want something to drink or if I want to make some G Fuel, all I have to do is just get a bottle of water out of there and have at it. So this is my basically a storage solution that my wife and I came up with. We actually got that for free, as well as this one. Try to keep everything nice and tidy. There is my non-gender Pacific potato person. That is the next Lego set that I will be building on stream. It will be within the next couple of weeks, two or 3 weeks. And moving on around, we have the green screen. And because of the size of this room, I have shelving behind it. And this is what I get a lot of questions about as far as like what kind of stuff I use. The main question that I get is, do you use emulators? And the answer is no. For a couple of reasons. Number one, sometimes they're viruses and I don't want to take that risk. And number two, they can also be illegal. And I have some sort or somewhat of a organizational system here. Most of my most played games are here and here. I don't mess with Sega Genesis that much, but I do have a few titles there. And if you're wondering about the pink stuff in the back, those are Q-tips because I use the Q-tips along with rubbing alcohol to clean these old cartridge games. It's very helpful whenever you buy one off of eBay or a yard sale to clean it up so you know that it'll most of the time work. So here is PS2, a couple of Xbox, because I do play Spider-Man quite often, Max Payne, Metal Gear Solid. Here's the original. And then down here are some lesser played and some a little bit newer that I got recommended to play. And then there are some NES cartridges that I play on stream. As far as my retro games, this is my prized possession. To me, like I said a few minutes ago, this is the greatest game ever made. And down here, I have a few more disc games. We have Nintendo 64, a PlayStation 2 that was actually given to me, and this is a Retrobit Trio. Tell you a little bit about this. It'll play Sega Genesis, Super NES, and NES games. It's HDMI compatible, and it takes all of the controllers for all three systems. And if you want a full rundown of this little clone console, I'll put a card up in that corner right there, so that you guys can check out my review of that. And then I have some random books down here. There's Dale Carnegie's How to Influence People. Let's see, what is it? What is this book called? How to Win Friends and Influence People in the Digital Age. There's a biblical study book, old notebook. This is the actual original comic graphic novel for the Infinity War movie, or Infinity War and Endgame Avengers movie were based on. This is not exactly simple to do with one hand. Here is my electrostatic discharge mat in case I want to work on my computer or something like that. And here is my wireless Sega Genesis controller. Works pretty well. I'll be doing a review sometime soon on this right here. Just wanted to show you guys that. And there's no real organization to this shelf, but I know what's in there. And, well, I'm not going to take that out because this is the problem with the small room. Anyway, so there's that. Oh, and here's my Xbox 360. And the second greatest console ever made is the original Xbox. So, then over there we have some storage bins because, again, this room is not very large. And that is a piggy bank because I'm a giant nerd. And my wife got these. These are basically the patent drawings from my favorite scientist named Nikola Tesla. Speaking of which, there's a small statue of him. And he is holding what's known as Wardenclyffe Tower. That was basically his dream, to make wireless electricity free for everybody, and we didn't need to use fossil fuels. But anyway, different story for a different time. Batgirl fell over. And I have candles in here because sometimes I don't like how my neighbors like to smoke various things. So finally, we'll spin back around here. And by the way, if you're a streamer and you don't have one of these, I'm not saying you have to have one because obviously you don't, but it is a really good idea to get one. I'll put a link in the sponsor link in the description below if you guys want to check it out. I do a lot of different stuff with it. I'm actually trying to film a video about it. I'm basically in the middle of the filming process. But yeah, it's definitely something that you want to pick up if you're able to. If not, it's not a necessity, but I definitely recommend those. And finally, one of the bad things about being a retro streamer and using all these consoles is you have one of these. And basically, like, here's a PS2 controller, here's a Super NES controller, Nintendo 64, original Xbox. And again, this does need some organization. I try, but it still doesn't work the way I want it to all the time. So, maybe you're wondering, why do you have that big giant controller? Because I can actually use it because of the size of my hands. I have no problem using this controller. I hated the Xbox S controllers that came out to replace this thing. So, I hope you enjoyed this little tiny tour of my little tiny streaming room that I have affectionately called the T-Pitcher because of my name, and that's what my community is called. So the plans for the future, get some more shelving in the back because I need to get everything more organized. I also have some stuff for like my printer, files and stuff like that in a box back there that need to be organized. There will also be a shelf that may or may not take the place of the green screen. And basically everybody will be able to see what I have on display all the time instead of me having the green screen now. If you guys have any suggestions, questions, comments, concerns, grievances, throw them in the comments down below. I'd be happy to hear your opinions and what you think that I might be able to do better. Excuse me. Sorry. I just drank something before I started filming. And if your suggestion is get a bigger room, already taking that into consideration, and it's in the works. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this. I appreciate it very much. Throw a like on it, and subscribe if you want to see more retro content, more gaming content. I also do a little bit of automotive stuff because I like to teach my community how to do the things that they may not know how to do. That's essential life skills that will help them out all along the way. So like I said, that's going to do it for today. And as always, work hard, play hard, game hard, but above all else, be excellent to each other. Bye.